Most traders know the patterns. Breakouts, gap fills, bounces off the 9 EMA. And yet, most still fail, not from a lack of knowledge. They fail because they're trading without context. Would you drive blindfolded on the freeway? That's what it's like trading without understanding market structure. Are we trending, consolidating, or reversing? Which setups fit today's environment? What levels truly matter and which are just noise? Market context answers all of that. That's why every morning I post a clear market context and game plan. It's the same blueprint I use before every trade. You'll know if we're in expansion or contraction mode, when to trust the open or fade it, whether a gap will run or reverse, where traders are trapped and where price is likely to react. With context, you're not chasing, you're executing. If you want to trade with clarity and conviction, read the daily game plan by 9 a.m. EST on Substack. Join us live on Discord and YouTube. It's not about seeing more setups. It's about knowing which ones matter before the bell rings. Good morning, traders. On the YouTube, how you guys doing? On the Discord, how you guys doing, guys? Sure, sure. Morning, Jack. How's your journey so far? How's your journey so far? Do you like the book? How's your reading going? Do you need it? Mm-hmm. Any question? Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, take it time. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you joined. You're learning it. Yeah, and feel free to take your time. Anytime you have a question, just ask me. All right, guys. Today, uh, this week is a full of events. As I posted on our Discord, those who have not joined our community, come and join our community. I'm gonna show you here. So if you look at it here, there's a lot of information we need to look at today. We have Tuesday, we have FOMC member speaking. Then we have the you know Trump and Russia Ukraine discussion on. We have a minutes on Wednesdays. Then we have a Friday Fed chair speaking. We have a big earnings: Home Depot, Target, Walmart. We have an earning from China, Baidu. So there are a lot of earnings and a lot of information and news. Those news driven weeks are sometimes really hard to navigate, and it's really important for you to stay patient. Market can get suddenly choppy, suddenly range bound, and then we can see here, right? If I open the daily chart, you can see here that market does not have any significant momentum at this point. If you see here, you must be, looking at the ES chart right now on my screen. And if you look at it here, look at this in the last 4 days. And in fact, if you add even the fifth day, right? If you can add that, it's just the top range after the breakout happened on the August 12th. So, really choppy. And chop zone means that less trades, more patience, stay calm and composed. We can't push yourself too much onto these kind of a trade days, because it's just gonna not asymmetrical opportunities for you here. The more you're gonna take it, um, and if you're not gonna respect that, likely you're gonna lose a lot of money, given um given the nature of the market at this point we are in. We are on the very tightly spotted market. Um, and look at the range right now between the 6450 to 6500 all-time high, but there's no momentum. So almost 50-point range in the last 5 days, that is really too less, right? um, uh, and if you look at the NQ, though we can say clearly that the NQ is downtrending, right? But if you look at the day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, still within the range of, uh, post July, post August 8, or you want to say that, in fact, if you just go further down here, you can see the top we made it on July 20th to 29 was this level, which is 23,647. This is where we had a breakout, and right now we are almost close to 23,755, which leaves us to only 100, points more range at this point. The way we are downtrending, not sure whether we're gonna continue downtrending this week, but definitely ES is holding in a straight line, a choppy range, and if ES break down like this, then NQ can have a breakdown as well. So we need to carefully assess, and if these levels stay stagnant, market doesn't move, we just need to make sure that we don't take any big position, oversized trades, as far as ES is holding 6450, because before the 6450, uh, there would be harder for market to break down. So yeah, so definitely weak market, but we need to be cautious as far as market holds that level. I'm going to do the more detailed deep dive at the 8:45. We're going to look some of these stocks as well. Um, yeah, but we're going to do more detailed deep dive in a few minutes. Um, and how was your weekend, guys? How was your weekend, guys? On the YouTube, on the Discord.
So, very important questions coming out from the YouTube, and I think Yasin Anani. So yeah, you're absolutely right, that the majority of the moves coming out from the ES, uh, and NQ follows the ES leads, because ES, look, all the institutions have an eye on the ES. But NQ can also lead when there is a when the tech stocks are breaking out. There's a rotation going on. There's some significant news on the tech stocks, and when that happens, the rotations comes in. That's where you can see the tech stock would rally, and the indexes can go up as well. Like a SPY and yes. Um, so, for instance, if I go here and I'm going to give you a little bit more direction, I'm going to show you here. Let me just log into my account. I'm going to share you something in detail. Okay, so look at this one. So see, this is the Finviz, right? This is Finviz. I follow, I use this, so you can use that as well. And if you want a code, I can give you a code where you can get the discounted price. Um, so what is it? See, this whole is S&P 500 sectors, right? And let me just draw down here. Okay, so some sectors have involvement in the technology, the financials, consumer, cyclical, industrial, healthcare, real estate, these industrials, and semiconductor and utility. So what happened usually, you can see that these are all the components, right? When S&P is down, right? Assume this is the whole S&P. When S&P is coming down, is mean that all the sectors are coming down as well. But in order to do the full ground S&P 500 sell-off, it's really hard. Sometimes it's a sector-related sell-offs coming in. So whenever you see that other sectors are not that green, lightly green, but not red, right? Majority of the sectors. And then you see that this is really gapping up, or some of the stocks are really green. You can assume on that day that there is a high possibility that the S&P can rely uh, on the NQ. Sometimes also happens that, in the last few days, you can see here, if you go back to the further report here, which is the you can go to the groups, okay, and you can see that, okay, 1 day performance. So 1 day performance is not really going to help us. Look at the 1 week performance, right, or 1 month. I think these are the two ones I usually follow. All right, so you can see that within this range, you can see here, look at the technology is flat in a 1 week. And if you go into 1 month, we have a technologies underperforming 1.75 as compared to all other sectors, right? Communication, basic material. So, so this week we are on the FOMC and news, and the subsequent week, there is a possibility that the rotation happens, and rotation means that these sectors, which are move back a lot, they may have a sell off, and the flow come back into the technology, and you're going to see Meta moving up. You can see that Tesla moving back up. Right now, if you look at all the tag charts, and let me show you here, you're gonna see. Just look at the Meta, right? Stagnant from last 18 days, right? Within the range, although all-time high, but there's no bull side or bullish momentum. Is all uh, consolidation. Tesla, no breakout, right? MD over the highs, but if you look at it essentially from July 28th, there's no movement at all. And you can go all of them, and you can see that there's none is breaking out this point. Everything is consolidating within the range. When all of these stocks are consolidating within the range, that just really means that that's why NQ is not breaking out and leading the S&P 500. Right now, S&P is holding NQ, or S&P is leading, the NQ. So for me, what I'm looking at it right now, when I see the NQ, right, I would just say that as far as we are over 23,800, they're gonna be unlikely we're gonna see a big sell-off. And we just broke 23,800 in the pre-market now. Now, question is that can we break further down? And if we go further down, there's a high possibility that we're gonna go and retest 23,200, 600 and 23,200 area, but that will only going to happen if ES also breaking out under 6450. If ES is hold this level, so if I mark you here, if ES is holding this level, there is a less likelihood that NQ going to break down and the ES also going to break down. This likely be the chop or the breakout on the upside. Hope this answer your question. So you can see some of my videos. I posted that on the on our playlist. Uh, when I see a significant divergences, I usually don't take any position because see, you assume that take an assumption. The assumption is that this is your bag, okay, and it this box has a four component, right? I would just like to, when I bet my money, I would like to bet my money when at least I have a three-quarter of headwind on my side. Because in order to make money or be consistently profitable, you just do not need to trade every move. The edge is not in the strategy. The edge is in the patience. The more quicker you will understand, easier will be your journey would be for the consistency part. So for instance, let's look at an example. So right now, if you look at it here, um, so assume that right now ES doesn't break down under 6450, right? And ES holds, and NQ temporarily breaks under the lows. There's a high likelihood that I would not even I would not even take the short trade here because I don't see the dividends unless I see uh, some sort of a pattern, breaking down pattern in the NQ on the ES as well, and NQ is already making it, then I will take it. Just like example, take an example on Friday. Okay, let's take an example on Friday because it's a really good example because we shorted it and you can see side by side. So let me just do the side by side comparison so you can see. Okay, so this is NQ and let's look at this is ES. Okay, let me just remove everything. I think this is not a good chart. Let me just bring the other chart for the ES. All right. So let's look at this chart, okay? Because it doesn't have the moving averages, so it's much easier to understand. So this is NQ, this is ES. Let me just bring that here. Okay, here. So look at this. So this is a Friday, okay? This is a Friday, and this is a Friday in the ES, right? Um, So here you go. All right, so look at this one. So this is the Friday. I'm gonna mark the box so you can see this is the Friday, and this is the Friday for the NQ, right? So we saw the weakness in the NQ. I did not short it unless I see the ES is breaking out. So if you look at the ES hold this level and the yesterday low for quite a while, right? But when I see it started making a formation, so you look at it, this is also, let me just do the 5 minute so you can see like by like comparison. So here you go, right? So let's go here. So if you look at here, uh, it's holding key level, right? It's holding key level, not breaking down, and look at the ES, NQ. NQ breakdown on 5 minutes before the ES. Can you see that? Right? You see that? Now go back and look at the live stream. We we entered here with a small size, and the moment I see the ES is holding it off, you can go back and check that I stopped out. I said I stopping out on this bounce back. And then when I saw that the ES and ES is also making now the bear flag with the NQ, that's where we showed it and we took the all the way, we took this whole spread, we took it, this big candle. Why? Because the edge is not in playing when the divergence. The real money is when this everything syncs together. I hope that answers your question. Morning, Vivek.
Hi, good morning, Sean. How are you?
Very good. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was relaxing.
Yeah, some of the very good questions are coming out on the from the YouTube about the divergences, and I was just explaining them that how we traded Friday. That the moment you see the NQ and ES has a divergence, it's better to wait patiently unless you see a clarity, because when you trade in the divergences, when the indexes are not sink in, there's a high likelihood you're not gonna get the momentum from the trade. You're gonna lose money. And
Hmm.
I was just telling them the Friday we initially started shorted it, and immediately we basically I say I'm stopping out. ES didn't further break down, and when we saw that ES is also making a bear flag, we all shorted it, and it was a really one of the best trades we had it all the way down, with the big flush.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was amazing. That was a real good call, and that's the beauty of your calls. That sometimes you make a call, and if it doesn't work for a few seconds, you get out quickly, which is a good thing, and then you re-enter. That should be the idea for everyone. That if something that someone enters, they should not like totally stick to it and it will work for sure because market doesn't listen to anyone, right? So you should quickly exit and re-enter. That's
Exactly.
what you showed on Friday, right? And that's a very good point, and that's a very good what do you call a rule that everyone should follow. That don't just believe in what you have done, even if you are a super like you are an expert, right? But you still look at the market before you really decide that okay, yeah, it's right.
Exactly. So, guys, those who are wanted to join, our Discord community, come and join our Discord community. And if you wanted to, get the uninterrupted delay, and we have a Discord community where people can use the microphone and ask a question rather than typing it. So you can all get an access for 150. It has a 7-day free trial. If you want to come and join, you can join that as a free trial as well. Um, and if you go to the smarttrader.com, you can see and access my books, and you can trade live with me as well. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. If you have other questions, feel free to write it up. We're gonna do the analysis, but I will try to cover your question as well. So Majesty has triple Q must go to 542 for going up, down. In my opinion, what's your take on it? So let me look at the triple Q because triple Q is not going to be different from the NQ. And if you look at it here, let me just do the other chart here. Um, right, let's look at the triple Q here. So see here. So it's not any different from anything, but so for me, This the July 31st sell-off, which is basically close to 574.65, 575 area. As far as NQ or triple Q is holding this level, I wouldn't be necessarily be the short biased. In my opinion, if I look at the chart, it's still uptrending, and if it holds this area above it, right, there's a likelihood we're gonna see another leg up. If we fail this area, then there is a likelihood that we're going to go retest this 21 EMA, which is 570. But if it's holding 575 and ES is holding 6450, I wouldn't see the big drop coming in. Good morning, Hyderize. So it's not any different from the ES and NQ. So let's look at again the ES, and we're gonna do a deep dive into our plan. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the link here. All right, so let's look at the ES together. So what's happening in the ES? ES is in the very tight consolidation range from the last 5 days, if you can see here, from the August 13th to the August 18th, we are in a very tight range, 5 days between the 30 points range. And that's make, things really complicated, hard to trade, given, it's very tight range. So what I feel like, as far as we are holding 6450, if we are holding the 6450 level, there is a high likelihood that we're not going to see a big sell-off coming in the market. But if we see that there will be a sell-off, that's where we can come in and get to the 6420 level could be in play. So I'm just going to mark these levels right now. We already saw pre-market low close to that 6450 level, which is holding at this point. So 6450 could be a key level, and if price stay between 6480 to 6465, I think that it's better not to trade this chop area. It's really a choppy area, so I would just suggest that this area is not tradable on the ES. Very tight range. Either we wanted to see the breakout from the top side, or we want to see a sell-off coming in here and retesting 6418 area. So if not happen, market stay within this range. It's really going to be harder to trade. Right now, we can clearly see, market is making a bear flag here. The question is that the next leg is going to be like this, or it's just going to be doji and then move back up. So that's, we need to see this current candle, how it's forming it. So over 6480, I will look for the bullish. And if it fails under the lows, under 6450, I will look for the short trades. Any question, guys, before I move to the NQ? All right, let's look at the NQ. So if we look at the NQ is definitely, all right, let me see. I think there's some questions. Let me just take some questions here. Yeah. So, I will give you a short answer, and then you can look at my I look at my other videos, and my read my book to get better understanding. But I will give you the answer. So how so every individual, every trader has a different way of trading. Um, for me, for me, I look for the market context and market structure. Right. I don't like micro scalping. I don't like 10-minute, 1-minute scalp. Although I may close the trades within 1, 2, 3 minutes once the move happens, but I don't take my execution criteria based on 1 or 2, 3 minutes, right? Maybe I will take my profits and the execution would be, but I will not take my trade ideas based on 1 minute, 2 minute scalping criteria, right? So for instance, the first minute market open is moved back up, it made the flag, and then you say you're gonna say, I'm gonna go long. I basically don't take those trades. What for me is important is that what market is overall doing. This flag and opening drive has any meaning, or it doesn't have any meaning for me, right? Because patterns makes, pattern fails, right? But what success is not the patterns, is basically the structure behind those patterns. Not every bull flag, not every opening drive is going to give you the same importance. Rather, you need to see the structure. And I'm going to show you something which is, I think, very timely. I'm not sure whether you have subscribed to my Substack or not, but if you're going to go to my Substack, go to the smarttraders.com and you're going to see the Substack. And you go and look at the yesterday article I posted, Mastering Market Context, Trade the Red Day, right? And now if you click here, it's going to explain to you that why not every bull flag or opening drive makes sense to trade, right? I give the whole overview, provided some snapshots, real trades. And the example is that if you understand the structure, if you know the market context, then you will understand that how you can trade those morning drive, opening drive. Not every opening drive is be playful. It's more about the market structure. So what I was just telling them that based on me, any opening drive, any bull flag within this range, I would just pass it. I would not trade it at all. All right, so let's look at the NQ together. So if we look at the NQ, we can clearly see that NQ is also in the 5 days of range, but it's just a bit different here. It's not as exactly as ES. We can clearly see the NQ is much weaker, uh, and it is making the lower highs from the August 13th, right? You see first high, second high, third high, then another high, so it's definitely making lower highs. And if you look at it, interestingly, it is below 23,750, retested it, which is, which is the low, is not the low, but it is already the below the sell-off of the July 31st, what it started. So now we need to see that if NQ fails 23,750, there is a high likelihood we're going to get the better trade idea, which is basically going all the way first, 23,700, 600, and then below. But in order to support this trade, we really need a support from the ES to break down under 6450 as well. If ES doesn't break under 6450, there is a high likelihood that the NQ will also not going to break, maybe sharply coming down and the failed breakdown and then move back up with the bottoming, leaving the bottoming tail. So in order for both trade to work, uh, so in order the both ES and NQ trades to work on the breakdown side, we need to see a sell-off at the same time. There's a high likelihood that the reclaimed, and if it's reclaimed and move over 23,890, we can see another push to the 2400, 24,000. Any questions, guys, on the Discord? Yeah, guys, I really appreciate if you give a thumbs up on our stream to support, and then, more viewers can come in and join, and we can be trade with the strength. So right now we're looking at it. See clearly that the ES is holding to this 23,750 area, and similarly ES is also holding 6450 area. So at this point, market is really in the tight range, and we know, right? This week is really tough, really, really tough, given the lot of news-driven week. News-driven weeks are hard to trade, and it's really hard to trade given we don't know what's coming next. So right now, if you look at it, just let's do that. They're claiming the VWAP, pushing up over the VWAP. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. That market is in the range, uh, and although the range is the lower high, is a downside move, but this range is really tight, only 20, 30 points range, which is really difficult to trade. If you look at it here, let me just remove the here. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 3, 4 days. If you include the Sunday evening as well, is between the 6500 to 6465, and one thing is really common: either it breakdowns aggressively in a one candle and then chop, or it moved aggressively on the one side and then chop. So we are in a very tight range, very, very tight range.
So right now it's breaking out NQ. It's retesting the VWAP. So do you think it's pretty bullish right now?
No, I mean, it's still in the range, right? Look at this, trying to reclaim the VWAP. VWAP is a blue line, but if you look at it here, NQ is much weak, is making lower highs. Definitely, you can't short, um, on the lower side, range. But if you look at it, every top has been sold off so far. So sold here, seller were in control, seller were in control, seller were in control, sellers were in control. Right now, it's just maybe a profit taking. And the problem is that once NQ comes in on this zone, if ES is not cooperating and not coming down, NQ is going to bounce as well. Just give me 1 second, I will be back, and Vivek, take over, please.
Sure. Yeah. Any questions? Please do let me know. We're just looking at the market. Sean has already defined the ranges, and I just looked at NQ, and it just retested in the VWAP. It's retreating it a little bit, but ES is not doing anything. ES is like sitting at the 21 moving average on the 30-minute chart, and it's not cooperating with NQ in going down. So definitely you cannot short it. And on the 2-minute chart, even NQ is not going down. It's like on a So yeah, I can answer any questions if you guys have. As you guys know, we don't do macro scalping because that's super risky. Like sometimes you can gain a few points, but then you can lose more if it doesn't go the right way. So we wait for the right approach and so right levels, and then we enter so that we have an edge. And I think the divergence edge is the best edge. Like if there is a divergence, then we don't take trades if because they both have to cooperate, right? So like ES and NQ, as soon as they start moving the same direction or the same pace, then we are more confident and then we take accordingly. Even with divergence, we take trades, um, but those are little rarer. Yeah, we expect choppy days definitely the next few days because of Jackson Hole. And then there is a news event today also. The president is meeting the president of Ukraine and other European leaders. That can also affect some movement in the market if there is a positive development. I'm not thinking that there'll be anything positive, but who knows? But I think the Jackson Hole event is the main event this week, and that is going to move the markets midweek a lot. So Monday might be not like a regular Monday where traders start the week with some ideas and some convictions and whatnot. But this time they might just waiting for the Fed. And I think the Fed is expected, from what I've seen on the poly market. I think that there is more expectancy of a rate cut this week, this month. So the market may turn bullish suddenly at any point of time.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know whether that news could be the sell the kind of a news, because market is expecting a lot, um, and um, there are lots going on right now. If you see, the last week data was really negative, um, so we're gonna see that how market really go into this. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard to predict what's market going to do given the given the news driven. It's always easier to trade after the news week, because once weeks are over, then you're gonna get a clarity, okay, what market just really wanted to do, and then that's where you can size up and take the better trades. Right now, it's just going to be a chop, maybe a quick 5 minutes, 1 minute trend trades aligning with the structure, you go and take it, but don't expect it's going to give you a bigger moves or a whole, yeah, it may immediately bounce back. You can clearly see that right now. Look at this. NQ tried from almost 5 o'clock, went almost 40 points, 2790, and come back down. Then again, look at this. Never reaches retested. Again, bottoming tail, bottoming tail, bottoming tail. This is the first time it retesting 73, 2790 here, and then going back up again to 23,740. So that's kind of a range. Is it's hard to trade. How would you manage your risk if NQ is only moving 40 points?
Yeah, it moved like from 23,790 to 23,760 in like 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes, right?
Exactly.
Just now, straight down. Like it took like half an hour or more to go to that level, and it dropped in like 1 minute, gave away everything. I don't think there is any news right now.
It's just the 9/13th.
Yeah. The crypto market is also going down. I don't know what's going on with that.
Crypto is way up now. So,
No, I mean what I mean is that Bitcoin went down from over the weekend from
oh,
118,000 to 115,000. Ethereum went down from like for last weekend. I think Friday it was like 47 something. No, it's 43.
yeah, I think that's what okay, thank you for reminding me because that's I wanted to see that do we have any trade there.
Hmm.
Let me just quickly check here because I wanted to check few. So let's look at quickly ETH. Um, I think ETHA, Ethereum. So yeah, I think that we could have a dip buy here. It held at 31 level. Okay, so if it can reclaim 33, you would have a good trade here. Let's see here. All right, so I'm gonna watch this as well. ETHA to see if we can hold 633 level on the upside, or if it's gonna break under 32, then I want to see look for the downside. Um, Let me just quickly check the AMD, how AMD is doing. AMD is coming down. Um, so so this today is a day. Let's see if we can hold 174 here. If we can hold the 173, 174, we might gonna see another rip on the upside. Uh,
On Friday you had a very good stop trade too, right? Like I think,
yeah, I traded the UNH. Let's see the
yeah,
U
yeah.
what you what the UNH. So okay, so holding it's holding 313. That's really good because I wanted to see that if we can hold 310, I wanted to trade up to the 325, 340. So it's holding 310 and it's a good move. So I'm gonna watch the ETH, AMD, and UNH. I don't think so. Tesla is doing anything good. Tesla is still coming down. So no Tesla. So I'm gonna watch these three stocks as well. If I can get any upside move on the ETHA, ETHA, if we can reclaim, and I'm gonna mark the UNH.
UNH already went up by $10 today.
Yeah, that's fine because it has still has momentum. If we can hold this level and then we can get a gap and go, it go up to 320. And the next one I would say, which one is AMD? AMD is gapping down, but we can see. All right, guys. So any questions? We have few minutes, so we can still talk about it. Talk about um, anything. If you have any questions, if you're first time here, um, guys, always support us, joining our stream, give us a thumbs up. You always join our ecosystem class where you can get the access to the uninterrupted, without delay access to our Discord. You can take the microphone, ask the question. We have a weekly strategy classes. We have the books, everything what you need to be successful in just $150 per month, and it's all live classes. It's just not like any pre-recorded strategy classes. It's all live, so you have a better chance to be successful
So,
during this.
so Sean, maybe you can start letting the members know starting today that what you will be presenting on the strategy class on Wednesday. So maybe that'll give them some idea, or they may want to join that, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, this week I wanted to cover momentum trading and how you can best use the opening drive, uh, you know, to making sure that this today is the day where opening drive is going to work. How you decide? See, you can learn easily the opening drive from the YouTube. oh, and just gonna learn. Okay, this working. You just go buy or short. But the question is, that when you going to go on the long side, when you're gonna go on the short side, and when you're just gonna stay flat, you're not gonna trade at all. So that's where we're going to cover this week on the momentum side, how to identify the momentum and then trade accordingly on the upside or downside, the opening drive.
Yeah, that'll be nice because sometimes I see that the market is like not doing anything, but it's like little candles, right? You always say coiling and little candles and all that, and suddenly it jumps or goes down, right? That also is a very good area that we can cover in. Of course, that's not momentum. That's like a
But this comes in, that how you can make sure that you don't get stuck into the wrong side of the trade.
yeah, that's correct. Yep.
So, for instance, you think opening drive, you went long, but today is not the day for the opening drive on the upside. You go long, and then it flushes all the way down, and then you're just stuck. Instead of making 5 points, you lost 15 points.
Yep. I see that some of our YouTube members are communicating with each other also. That's very good. I think very good.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of community. Slowly we're gonna build our community around us, and yeah, it's all about learning, doing the right thing. We don't do hypes. We don't make noise or give you unnecessarily trades. Only I call out the trades which I take personally on my live account. If I don't find those live account trades, I will just don't call it. So there's no, I don't see too many orders on the book map. I see some orders 23,700 on NQ, 737, some are on 793. ESS has all the way to the 6490. There is no other order over 6490. On the downside, we have until 6450. So interesting, not too many orders. Um,
and the 5 minute chart is sitting right in the middle of the range, EQ, NQ at least, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But it's definitely is a weak. It's not able to reclaim VWAP,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
and
weak.
is a weakness coming out from last few days. It's just not today's.
In the night, and yesterday evening, it was high, 823,800 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They just do. Let's see what it does right now.
But now it's both are going down, ES and
Yeah.
NQ.
We'll see how long. Look at this all bottoming tails on the top bottom side. Not even single in all these. Not making any new lows. So it's really chopped between 70 to 62, 98. I don't know. It's just can go anywhere. It can go down. Of course, we have a downside pressure. Is a weakness here, but whether it's going to go or it's going to hold, that's tricky.
But the beauty is that it has held the pre-market low
Yeah,
for a long time.
yeah. If I think the low made it at a 5 o'clock. After that, there is no new low.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. This market is just consolidating in the low range. This is not gonna say. Although yes, it not able to claim the VWAP, but it doesn't mean that this is extremely bearish. And I think that's where people make misunderstand. They just try to short over the VWAP, thinking it's going to go down, but it can just go back up. 3 minutes before the market open. Let's see what this does. Go upside move coming in. Seems like the market is going to reclaim the VWAP. Good luck, guys. Remember, this stream is all for education purposes. It is no financial advice, and the trading is risky. So make sure that you understand the risk before taking any trade. And you can lose all of your money or your funded account based on that.
Yeah, you should not follow us just because we said something. Um, you have to make your own decision for your money. We can only provide some guidance, right?
Exactly. So it's all education purposes. All right. So 1 minute and almost 1 minute now, and hopefully we're gonna get the better things in play. Right now, what we are so much choppy. Chop chop. Just be careful. Just I will guide you this session. Just stay patient today. The way it is moving, I'm not really optimistic. I always teach all my students that always grade the day That how do you see that? I would just see this as a C day. It doesn't have any momentum. It's chop. Though we see the weakness on the downside, but it's still consolidating on the lower side. I don't know whether it's going to break down or not. So we need to be a little more cautious on taking trades. But the bias is towards the downside as we see a weakness in the market. All right, 15 more seconds.
Nvidia, Apple, all of them turn green.
All right, good luck. Yep, Nvidia. Look at this NQ. Nasty move again. All the way to 23,790. Retested the opening move. Okay, first move, it seems like the on the upside. Market is NQ is trying to close the gap. NQ is retesting 23,800. Okay, oh wow, the big candle, 23,800 candle. Really, really good. All right, so first pullback coming in, but looks very strong. The market looks really strong. So first move is really, really look very strong. Now I need to see that whether it can hold 23,800 or not. It's holding the VWAP. So it looks like the first move is going to go on the upside. Still holding the market. There's no clarity at this point. Okay, I like that move. Now let's see what it does.
Nvidia broke R4.
Let's see what it does here. Get ready for long over 64.70 on the ES. If it's gonna go over 64.70, okay, get ready over 64.70. On continuation, I don't see the continuation yet. It's dropping, rejecting the S4. Okay, get ready. Let's see what it does. If it's gonna break 64.68, I'm gonna stop out. So I'm stopped out on the first trade. I'm gonna take a 3-point stop loss here. I still look sort of bullish, but I'm gonna re-look at it. See, it's rejecting the key level here. Okay. This move looks much better. See if we can reclaim the 64.70 again. I will try one more attempt. Still very tight range. Both are very weak. Stuck at the, yeah, you're right. Stuck. I mean, they are above the VWAP. Their momentum is bullish, uh, but NQ cannot go above 2310, the pre-market high, and ES is also close to the pre-market high. So they're both stuck under the pre-market high range. Okay, it's dropping. Let's see that. Remember that we have the downside move, the bearishness on the downside. So if it can break down, we can go for the short side move. UNH is also breaking down. Ethereum is breaking down.
That was a big drop.
Yeah, it's still in the opening range. Still in the
Yeah,
opening range.
yeah, it's in the opening range. Yep. It seemed like it will break the opening range on the top side, but did not.
That's fine. I think we are not holding anything, so there is nothing there. It's still in the range. I'm not sure whether still wanted to sell off, but if we're gonna sell off, we're gonna take the trade here. Uh, we have the next support at 64.50. So no trade for me at this point. I'm not sure. Still in the opening range. Yeah, I'm not in the trade. As I said, that this range. Uh, if you remember in my opening discussion, I was telling you guys that do not trade this opening range basically. All right, ES is still going back up again. NQ is also going back up again. So same, shit range. So watch now. Let's see what it does. Opening range here. ES is broke out pre-market highs. I'm not in the trade now. I just want to watch to see what it does after this breakout. Does it fail again or it's just reclaim? I want to see above 64.72 now because NQ is still under the lows.
Yeah, I saw that NQ is underperforming this time. Last time when you went long, it was at a higher level. NQ.
Okay, go long. I'm long. I'm long ES. 60.72 reclaimed. Let's see what it does now. I want a continuation here. Come on, continuation. Come on. Okay, moving. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. NQ is also claiming. There's a lot of orders sitting 64.77, 64.80. We should get it 64.78, 80. Come on, no drops. Come on. Still 11 minutes.
NQ is not cooperating, I think.
NQ is still above the VWAP. So,
Yeah, it
uh,
is. Yes.
okay, retesting again the pre-market, not pre-market, the opening range. Can it hold this? Come on. Come on. Okay. 60, if it's gonna break 67, I'm just gonna stop out. I think that it's just going to be a range, and the way we expected, I'm not gonna take any more trade on this range. It seems like 64, 67 could be another range here. I'm out, okay? I'm out. Well, I think that this is the range day. I wouldn't take this trade anymore on this area unless we're gonna see a clear breakdown. NQ is already broke down. Okay, NQ is already broke down. But look at this very big, huge candles coming in. Um, Watch now. If it's gonna break down under the lows, we can short it, but it's just a little. There's the 64, 64 order. Basically, they have the upside order, they have a downside order. On the ES side. Let's wait a little bit. I think let's wait a little bit before we take any other trade. We already have a two losing trade, so we should not be forcing the trades. Ethereum is just selling off. Watch under 64, 64. I'm gonna take the last trade. If it's gonna go against us, then it's gonna be stopped out for the day. I think it's a better chance if it's gonna break on the ES side. Under 64, 64. If it's only going to break down, if not, then I will just not take any more trades.
NQ is going up.
Yeah, I think ES is also holding 64, 64. So it's just the Watch here. I think the candle is so weak. It's almost about to 10 o'clock. Under short 64.64. Okay. NQ is still holding. Okay, go. Let's let it go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, no pullback. Come on. I want us to go break under 64.60.
There's no news today, right? At 10?
There's a big support of the Friday low. Let's see, can it hold Friday low or just go? We won under 64.60. Come on, come on, come on. This is pre-market low as well. And the Friday low as well. 4 minutes. It's pulling back. No, 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 no. Oh, we pull back.
That was the 10 a.m. 10.
Yeah, let's see what it does here. I don't want a continuation of pullback here. Come on. Okay, good. It's coming down. Come on. Continuation downside. Come on. Don't pull back. Come on. Please, 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 please come down.
You got to say pretty please.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's holding it. Come on, let's see. Come on, break down. It's holding it so far. NQ is coming down. Come on. There's no order on the downside on the 6460.
It's kind of in the range, opening range still.
Yeah, I'm closing it. I'm closing it, not trading it. Yeah, I think. All right, I'm not trading it. I mean, this is just a garbage day. I mean, this is the. I mean, I wouldn't take any trade. I mean, is we expecting that there was no uh, trade, but there should be a small expansion on the range. It could be on the upside or downside, but it's just not trading going any range today. So it's basically not going on any range. Obviously, it retested the yesterday low, the Friday low, and then now bouncing it. I don't know whether this bounce is going to be a real bounce or it's just a temporary bounce. So yeah, so now it's again the failed breakdown, moving back up again. Both the asset reclaiming the VWAP. Yeah, it's moving back up, but I don't know. It's not reliable at all. Um, we don't know when it's going to reverse. It's now already have reclaimed the VWAP on the both sides, so it's likely with the upside move coming in. You can see here, it's still making the lower highs uh, on the ES and on the NQ, and and it could be, as Majesty said, this could be the place where you know the last run will come on the downside. But what we need to really see that is breaking down under 23775 on NQ and under 2467 under the lows. Then we can say, but if it's gonna claim 6470 ES, if E is able to claim 6470 and NQ can claim 23790, then it's just a change of trend. So it's rejecting now. Let's see. I want to see that how does this candle ends and what it does next. Okay, so it's rejected 6470. I need to see whether it can hold 6470 or is gonna fail here. So 6470 for the ES and NQ 23790. Let's see what it does. Look like NQ is claiming 23780. Can ES can claim 23470 as well? Okay, it's rejecting it. Another 30 seconds, 10 seconds before the candle closes. This rejection came in. I think let's see what it does. Can it reclaim?
Not doing anything. Yeah, just stuck in the opening range. It's a manic Monday.
Sure, why it's so slow? Were there any news expected in the next few minutes?
I don't think so. It's just that
What
the
time
three.
is what time is the president meeting?
That I don't know exactly.
Can you check?
Yeah, I can look. The only news that I see at the top is Bitcoin sinks. But I can look at what time the meeting is. What time is the meeting? At 1 p.m.
That's too late.
Yeah, that's not right now. It's at 1 p.m. today.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's waiting for that.
Yeah.
Uh, you can play that song, Manic Monday. Bangles. It's a Manic Monday. So what you expect a Monday reversal at 10:30, right?
There's nothing happening.
There's
It's a dead
nothing.
market.
Yeah, it's a dead market. But it's kind of, I mean, at least the chips are up. Nvidia is up.
And like the AMD is still failing, so
Yeah. Apple is down. Microsoft is down. Tesla is in a range. Google is down. Yeah, it's a weird day. Your last short trade seemed like it'll work. Then it did not.
it's just the bizarre price action, I guess.
Yeah, when it was going down, but then the 10 happened, 10 a.m. I don't know what it did.
XP is consolidating. Um, NQ is claiming 23,790. This could be the chance where the market can go break out on the upside because market has reclaimed the VWAP already. Yep. So right now, if you look at it, the market is breaking out on the range, and this range expansion took a little longer. Right now, we have all the claims up. I just wanted to see that if I need to take this trade, I wanted to see a clearly breaking out over the high range. because it can easily fail here. But this time looks much more interesting because if you look at very strong volume with the green candle over the VWAP, all the pre-market high has been reclaimed, but a couple of times had done before and then failed. So we really wanted to see that if this happens, then we really need to see this range need to break. If a range doesn't break, then it's just the noise. Right now, we are in the very tight range as we expected in the morning that the ES is in the you know 10-15 points of range, and likely it shouldn't be any trade within that range. We tried to attempt to either break with small stop losses, but it didn't work. So right now we are going back again, retesting the upper band of the range, and we need to see whether this range really, uh, going to help or no. So right now we are trying to break like C6474 on the ES and NQ, both upper ranges breaking out. So we'll see that what happened next is 6 minutes before 10:30. Market has just closed, but you can easily fail here and come back down within the range. There's a very strong engulfing squeeze candle came in on the ES.
This time NQ is participating. So
Yeah, but the point is that the way it's rushing it, it may go further few points, but then it's just gonna be chasing. We look for structure. The structure is not there. It maybe the retest trade would come in, um, but can easily fail, come back, fail again. If it consolidate here, maybe 1 minute or 2 more minutes, and then I can consider taking a trade. So see if you chase here on this candle, it's likely you're going to fail. If you're gonna get consolidation here, then much better chance for us to get the trade. See, it's coming back down again. NQ drop again. As I said to you, you can easily drop here. Look at this drop.
Yeah.
What I said to you. What happened here? There's something news came in.
Not sure. Just dropped.
Yeah, I mean, this is a garbage day. I'm not taking any trade.
Wall Street. The news is Wall Street is flat ahead of Powell's Jackson Hole speech and retail earnings. So maybe he has a speech today. That's why.
Who?
Mm, Jerome Powell.
That's Friday.
No, I mean that's the news is saying that Wall Street is flat ahead of Powell's Jackson Hole speech.
Jackson Hole is on Friday, right? Check the calendar. I think
Yeah.
Jackson is on Friday. It's not today.
Let me check. Speech today.
Yeah, yeah. You see, I was just saying because this is not the structure. It's just in the range bound. It's going up and down without consolidation. This area I was telling you from beginning that I would just not trade that area. This range is really a bad trade range.
Yeah, seems like it's on Friday. So why is it affecting today? Not sure. It dropped so quickly and then it went up also.
Yeah, it's just a garbage range.
Yeah.
No, I mean I wouldn't even trade that. I mean it's just look at this range. It's bouncing up and down. It's just a 20, 10, 15 points range. It's not doing anything. So this is a perfect day that to avoid the trading because it's just no range. You just gonna thinking or you know everything. You're gonna short on the top and bottom, and one trade is just going to ruin your mindset and everything. So right now again they have claimed the VWAP. It looks like the upside move again. Um, I would just say that don't take it. Um, it's just a bizarre price action. UNH is just breaking out.
So is it possible that the whole week it'll wait for Jerome Powell?
You never know because this market is stuck in the range. As far as this stay in the range, it's not going to be anything.
Because Seeking Alpha, I follow Seeking Alpha, and they say breaking news as if it's happening like in the next minute or something, and then they're saying Jackson Hole meeting or speech, which is going to happen in 1 week. Sorry, Friday. Then it has 5 more days, right?
Yeah. I basically went long on the UNH, but then when market dropped, I basically closed my trade at 312, and this shit is just moving now to 315. Market just bounced, so market just chickened me out on this trade. Basically, look at this. So uh, I went long here. Let me show you here. So
You're showing entry right now.
let me see. Yeah, do you see my screen?
Yeah.
See your entry. I basically entered on the $5. I added it to my position. When the market sell off here, I basically chickened out. I stopped it and then it ran all the way to the $7, the option premium. Uh, it's just a day where nothing actually lets you make money. It's still moving. SPY moving up and keep coming down. It's just all over the place. Wow, UNH is just moving. I wanted to go long over 310. Why did I stop? I think we should close the day. I mean, it's just a garbage things moving. Um, no idea what's coming next year. Look at this range. As we expected in the morning that this is going to be in the range.
Yeah, 6465 to 6480, you mentioned that it's not a good area to trade, right?
Yeah. So, guys, how was your day going? See, that's why it's really important for you guys to understand. See, we only took the two trades and we had a small 2 3 point losses. I knew for sure that it's going to be like that, given we have the range. We tried two attempts, one on the long side, on the short side, where we're thinking that it's going to break the range, but both time it's just reversed. So, we don't know what is going to be happening next year.
Going to go down, looks like.
I don't know. As far as the holding the ranges, we don't know. We can just guess.
Yeah,
Of course, since beginning of today, we know that the range is the downside range, right? So
yep.
it's also possible that the after 12 p.m. or 1 o'clock it fails based on the news. Who knows?
On the 30 minute and the 5 minute, and 30 minute at least, it's down.
Still, I wouldn't say bearish. So ES is still holding VWAP. So
ES is holding VWAP, that's right, yeah. NQ is below VWAP.
still watching to see if we can find. I don't think so. We're gonna find. It's already 10:40. Look at this range. It's just the tiny range. Maybe after the news, 12 or 1 o'clock, you're gonna see something. It's boring there. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. It may not be any entry today. It's just the way the last 4 days consolidating. It will just consolidate continuously. And you know what? So it's stuck in the 6460, but there is a big support at 6450 as well. So we don't even know, even it dropped a little bit and then again pull back up. Look at the how they're holding this bottom interest. Every time they flushes, but they pull back up, right? So it could be sometime the market may sometime take a trend after 11:30. But this session looked like more Asia session than the New York session. Even this session doesn't even look like a London session. I don't even know what they're trying to do. So, maybe I don't know. Maybe just a little bit flush and then again move back up. So it's just keep moving back up, all right? I don't even know whether clearly if you look at the NQ is making triple bearish candle here, the sandwich. Watch NQ is breaking down now. Maybe if this time is gonna break, maybe we can take on the downside here under 6460
On NQ or ES?
on the ES. Cam short. Let's see, can we get the continuation here? Come on, don't disappoint now. Again holding. Though there is no order at 6460. I think it's not doing anything. Yeah, I think it's not doing. Under 6460 doesn't work. It immediately bounces. So yeah, no trade for me. Yeah, it's just trapping, guys. Just trapping. All right, guys. I think we should end the stream, and we can. I can see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we have a better clean move days tomorrow. It's just the, uh, it's just the chop day for today. All right, guys. Any other questions before we head out? All right, guys. All
Yep.
right, I'm gonna close the session. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, gonna be better day.
Yep.
All right, bye. Take care,
Okay.
guys.